variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Here's your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning, Cayman. Welcome to the Business Buzz this morning. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and we are talking about one of my favorite events to happen in Cayman, which is Cayman Carnival Batabano. Now, Carnival, originally what was born out of resistance, has evolved into a celebration of culture and heritage, and Carnival in the Caribbean has turned into a really big business. And sometimes it can be a messy one, but it's a business nevertheless, and it's a really, really fun event to be a part of. This year alone, as noted in Loop Trinidad and Tobago News, the economic impact in Trinidad is conservatively estimated at US $94.2 million in visitor expenditure. That's a crazy figure. 41,444 people arrived via plane and, quote, flight movement. I don't know what flight movement means exactly, but they said it was an increase from 305 last year to 459 this year. So I'm assuming that means maybe over 150 increased flights. That's what I would think. Yeah. Just for Trinidad Carnival alone, $94 million spent by visitors. On April 9th, there was an article in the Jamaican Observer that had preliminary reports estimating over 5 billion Jamaican dollars in revenue generated by Carnival, or just under 32 million US dollars. That's a lot of money. Carnival is indeed a big business, and I would like to know what the economic impact of Carnival in Cayman is. I think a lot of us would like to know that. We're going to get into that and a whole lot more as we discuss Cayman's original carnival, Cayman Carnival Batabano. And in studio this morning with me, I have Chairperson of Cayman Carnival Batabano. We have Miss Donna Myrie, and the junior band coordinator, Wendy and George. Just joining us as well is Gresilla, who's part of the committee representing the cultural groups, and Jan Money as well. That's who she's repping as well.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How are y'all doing?
We're great. So early in the morning. Happy to be here with you to talk about our passion, Batabano.
Absolutely. And it very much is your passion. You've had Batabano, it's been under your belt for how long, Donna?
Oh, geez, it's over 2 decades.
It's a long time.
Yes.
So you got to love it to be able to do it.
Without a doubt, we all love Carnival. That's why we're here.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into it, and that's what we're going to get into.
And what you said, quite rightly, it is big business.
Yes. So let's first start off, I guess, what we can expect with Batabano this year.
Well, this year we're focusing simply because we've reinstated the new holiday, Emancipation Day. So what we want to do is have everyone feel like they're free. We have our Friday night event that is free. We want to celebrate Long Celia, our very first slave. And so we're going to play homage to her on the roads. And so come May 4th for the Costume Street Parade, we certainly have street theater reenacting and, like I said, playing homage to our very first slave and celebrating freedom.
Okay, excellent. You mentioned Juve, yeah?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
This year we have a little twist simply because of the holiday again. Mm-hmm. We've restructured our calendar to have Emancipation Day and Juve coincide.
Okay.
So come Monday morning, Monday morning, we will have Juve.
Okay, excellent. Awesome. Now, I know that there was Junior Batabano that had to be postponed. Yeah. What happened with that, Wendy Ann?
We had a bit of a hiccup with our local shipper, and we're really now trying to see what we can do to choose a new date. Postponements are very complex.
Yeah.
Junior Batabano, the date for Junior Batabano is put out like 9 months ahead of time. The schools are informed like about 7 months before that. And a lot of other school activities are based around Batabano. So they look at the calendar, they say, okay, Batabano is on this day, so we'll have this on this. So
right.
Because of all those other school-related events going on now and for a few weeks in advance, we are having some problems in finding a new date for Junior Batabano. But we are going to have Junior Batabano. The costumes are just beautiful and they must be seen. We have Cayman parrot and the parrotfish bioluminescence. We've got really beautiful costumes that portray things belonging to the Cayman Islands. So we're really looking at dates to see which one would be beneficial to our most important stakeholders, which are our children and the teachers. We've got the vendors, the volunteers. I mean, all these are things that we had to restructure.
Right.
And we are having, I can tell you, it's been extremely frustrating.
And disappointing for 300 kids.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're working on a date. Sometimes the date is good for 2 schools, but not for the other 3. It's become a really, I have to admit, a really frustrating effort, but we're working on it, and rest assured we are going to have Junior Batabano. We want
This is Cayman as the theme as well.
Yeah, this is Cayman, and as I said, the costumes are beautiful, colourful, shiny, no feathers or beads, but beautiful costumes. So they really need to be showcased. And then the kids have been practicing their dances for weeks on end, so we really don't want to disappoint them
any further.
Further. So because I have parents, I mean, it's a daily thing. When is Batabano going to be, Junior Batabano going to be held? So I just want to let everybody know that we are working on a date that is most beneficial to our kids.
Yes.
Our kids, most important. And we are hoping that we get our vendors and our volunteers and all those other people who are part of Junior Batabano to take part again.
Yes.
This year's going to be our 19th celebration.
For Junior Batabano.
19th celebration of Junior Batabano.
Wow.
But 22 years old.
Yeah, because
We don't
we
count
didn't do it
those
for 3 years.
Two
Okay.
COVID years.
Three COVID years. Yeah.
Jeez.
19.
I think what people also really need to understand is this is the time where mid-May-ish is around the time, I don't know the very beginning, but for students, mid-May is their exam time and exam preps. So
Yes,
that's a really hard
it's been-
time for students, for the teachers.
Yeah.
It's very hard to coordinate, and I don't
hard.
envy you. I
Yeah,
think this is
very-
a lot of
It's
pressure.
been my major headache this year.
Yeah.
it's been really
What a
headache.
disappointment with
Yeah.
the costumes not coming in. I'm so sorry to hear that, and
Yeah, but-
as are the students, but
Yeah.
I do
But
have faith
this
you
art
guys will make
form
it
is-
happen.
Sorry. This art form is so important to the kids, though, because
Yeah.
they have their very own platform to display their creativity.
Yes.
And so it's well needed. Everything has its place, yes, but Carnival is important for the kids. It's important for our people. And so, with this shipper, causing this kind of an upsetment in our calendar, it's very disappointing to us as organizers. And so we just want to apologize to the public, the teachers, and it's just out of our hands. It was not something that we were in control of. And,
Definitely beyond
we're working
circumstances.
continuously to find a date that will be, we're looking at possibly towards the end of May, which still is, important to Batabano because, May marks, especially the beginning, marks turtle nesting season, which is what Batabano is all about. Hence the importance of the first weekend in May as our calendar date for Batabano.
Tell us a little bit more about that in that sense, because I didn't always. I feel like I just learned that recently. That
Really?
that the little tracks that
my
they.
goodness.
I know that the little tracks that they leave are. Yeah.
Batabano actually means the tracks that the turtle leaves after they've nested, and that occurs every single year. The first week in May, and it's always been a time to celebrate. And so Carnival it's just a natural occurrence for that time of year. Plus the weather's beautiful.
Yes.
And, so that date really remains very, very special and intrinsic to Batabano.
Okay, I think that's good for me to know, key for me to know, because I know that there's been over the years some push to change the dates for Batabano, right? To go to a long weekend. And the irony of it all, Donna, we were talking about this off mic, just between you and I before. We were talking about the irony that had people wanted Carnival to be over a long weekend, and now with Emancipation introduced,
we have a long weekend.
we have a long weekend. Patience is a virtue.
Sorry, it's the whole. One of the reasons for the whole split with and now having two carnivals is the date contention.
Right.
And I think that we held on to the first weekend in May simply because it means something to us and to Batabano and to our very existence. And so for us, we get excited when we start talking about this because the relevance of the date, I think,
it's very cultural.
Maybe
and part of the heritage.
Maybe some people missed the importance of it, but we're here to reiterate that the first weekend in May is the weekend for a celebration, hence Batabano.
Right. No, I miss the importance of that. So the connection with the turtle nesting
you just want to be
season,
jumping in the streets, but there is meaning to what we do. You know, the whole parade has significance. You know, we'd like to throw the mic to Gresilla, and I want to thank her publicly for her involvement and her passion as well, because we've been going through this. I think we've been together on carnivals for, I think, over 2 decades. Yes. She was my very first queen when I had my band, Sachet Bon.
Wow.
And so she came and actually I had a mass camp at my warehouse, and schools would come through and we would I wish we could go back to that, you know, because that's an art form and it is a business, like you started the conversation. Carnival is big business, and you know, every year we realize that. But we start because we operate from ground zero each year, and so it's if we had the support and the financial injection, we could truly take Carnival in Cayman where it needs to be, because it is a tourism product. It is event tourism. It is financial. I mean, all the vendors that come together each year, the food vendors, the service providers, you know, they truly look forward to this economic boost to their income, to their bottom line for you know, financial support and reward. And so we have to recognize although it's a good time, it's also business. And many promoters have their events around Carnival time. You will see that on the calendar
all the time.
And so we recognize the importance of it as, you know, not just cultural significance, but financial as well. So we want to thank the sponsors that do come on board and do believe in this cultural, financial entity that is so much bigger than all of us, that, you know, we want to thank them for their vision, for coming on board each year. People like JN Money, like our government. We just want a little more. But Cayman Airways, who bring them in, the mass designers, the guests, you know, we want to thank them every year for being the official national flag carrier for Batabano. And we just love this thing so much. But the people that should, the companies that could come on board and help us take this thing to where it needs to be should recognize and take a keen look at the sponsors, at the rewards, at the benefits, and come on board and help us take this to the next level. After 41 years, you must see that we're here. We're not here to, you know, we're not passing through. We have made our mark. We are now a tradition. And so Batabano, you must recognize each year from now until whatever we're doing, we now have this national carnival on a national holiday. And I think that's of great significance.
Yes. I think something else to point out, Donna, there was a second carnival started, and I have seen a lot of support going towards that second carnival. So I want to know, one, for Batabano, have you seen a lack of support coming from sponsors because maybe they've transitioned to the other carnival?
Well, absolutely. That will cause a lot of confusion and a split, without a doubt. With, you know, you only have a certain budget for, you know, different areas. So Carnival, yes, then you have two carnivals. So there is definitely a confusion. There's even
there's a confusion even within that carnival. They had two what are they called? The ending fêtes, the end of the night.
Well,
that
it's
kind
so
of thing.
sad because Carnival is
So
about
things are still
unity, and it's about coming together. And so we've lost the plot when we start thinking that it's just for financial gain personally. Yes, it has a financial significance, but we must work together to make it work for us as a country, as a community, and as business people. Yes.
Yeah.
The respect, I think, is lacking for entities such as Batabano. Without a doubt, we have recognized the impact of a second carnival having on the community, on sponsors, on even masqueraders. There's only so much. We're a small island, and so you find a shift. One band this year may have their maximum numbers, and then the next year it's shifted. So it's not like we're growing in numbers and masqueraders.
Right.
So we have to be cognizant as to how we split the pool up, because
Right.
pretty soon we'll water it down so much that it really is of no significance. And that's my fear. We're stronger together, and there's no reason why we shouldn't have one carnival.
100% agree with you.
100%
And as a
is what we should
masquerader,
have.
not somebody that's behind the scenes, but as a masquerader, I absolutely detest the division of it, and I wish it would come back together. And I'll tell you one thing: that heat in later in the summer, we can't take it.
Well, it's not appropriate
we
for a
can't
carnival.
take it.
June, we know June. It's hurricane season. It's I don't know. I kind of envision like stretchers all over the place, because I just barely want to get into my car and get into my wherever I need to go to where it
Right.
has AC. I would not be a masquerader on the streets anywhere in any country in June.
Right.
It's just not appropriate.
I would like to see it come back. I would love to see it come back to Batabano weekend,
Yes.
the original, which
Without
is
a doubt.
this weekend. And now that there is that holiday Monday, I don't see no further reason for this contention. I'd like to see it come back altogether. We're going to get into kind of the economic impact more, and what you as a Batabano committee have to also inject into the economy to make this happen.
Well, what we inject
We got to
more
go
than our
to
money.
we got to go to a commercial break.
Oh,
first. Hold on.
okay.
All right.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future,
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance,
or protecting your family's household investment.
from our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center.
Specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Investing in our children's academic success and future career is a no-brainer. Isn't it time we stop with the excuses? With 100% math, you can take charge now. There's no reason for your children to fall behind in math again. Since 2011, 100% Math has prepared students for exams in IB, HL, SL Math, and CSEC and enrichment programs for gifted students. Visit 100%math.com or call or WhatsApp 547-9817. That's 547-9817. No more excuses. Set your child up for success today with 100% Math.
This Mother's Day, Digicel wants to take you to brunch. We're giving away brunch vouchers for you and mom to enjoy a delightful feast together. Winning is easy. Simply activate the postpaid Supreme plan or the 30-day Prime Max plan, and you could be our lucky winner. Don't let the chance to treat mom to a special day out slip away. Visit your nearest Digicel store today or hop onto the My Digicel app for your shot at winning. Make this Mother's Day a memorable one with Digicel.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the people's station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
Cybercrime happens online or through the technology we use every day. Anyone can be a victim of cybercrime, whether you are a young person being bullied or harassed online, or an older person or business who's been scammed out of money or personal data. Cybercrime is an issue that touches all of us. The Cayman Islands government has therefore created an online resource to help keep you cyber safe in an ever-changing world.
In online situations, it is better to be cyber safe than sorry. Learn now to protect yourself against cybercrime. Visit gov.ky/cybersafe.
The Business Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. We are talking Carnival, the business of Carnival, everything that goes behind it, and it's all about Cayman Carnival Batabano. We have events kicking off tomorrow night. We've got the big street parade on Saturday. We've got, what's happening on Saturday? That's on Sunday. Anything happening on Sunday? I can't remember if you'd mentioned that.
The boat, Stingray City.
Oh, okay, yes. And then we've got Juve, which is going to be hitting on Monday. So we talked about what happened with Junior Batabano, and we're still looking to find a date for that. There's a lot of complications, but I have no doubt that these ladies are going to make it happen. They have to arrange with the school schedules. It's exam time. It's end of the year. It's going to happen. Don't worry. I have faith.
It is.
Gresilla, I want to ask you, because for 20 years you've been part of Batabano. Jump In, and you were Donna's first queen in her mass band, right?
And she also heads up internationally the Cayman Islands Band, which is a combination of pirates and Carnival.
So tell me how, when you look at Cayman Carnival Batabano, what does it mean to you? And your participation for 20 years is definitely a testament.
Well, Cayman Carnival Batabano for me is my passion, is my vacation, is my freedom, is everything to me. Because I grew up into Carnival, I come Cayman, join Carnival, so it's home, as I feel, at home. But I want to say something about Cayman Carnival Batabano. As I hear you guys speaking about how small we are, but no, we are not small, we are big.
We're a small country.
Yes, but we are big in Carnival. Maybe not recognize it locally, but we are big. We've been invited to be a part of the Caribbean Carnival Association. In Cayman Carnival Batabano is up there. When it's at 300 countries, they go in, even the small tiny country have a carnival. But we was picked for be part of the Caribbean Carnival Association. That take place in September in Barranquilla, Colombia. And it was so emotional to see how people see us from the upside. Because we don't see the big picture, but upside the main picture is big. And one question they raised up from the people who was watching, from the reporters, what Batabano means. And when I explained to them, there's the tracks that the turtles leave, in the sun after the hatch. And this for us is enough reason to celebrate that up to this day, this is still happening. Someone from the tourism department in another country, what they say, you have so much to marketing from that perspective, but I don't think so they've been exposed enough. They say, because it's a meaning, it's cultural inside there, it's something who represent the island, it's so much the means. They say, so, and everybody was questioning about when this carnival take place, what it is about. Even the people who protect the seas, they're happy to hear this. There is a celebration for something that still happen. That's number one. Number two, when we went to celebrate and we went to sit to represent Cayman Islands in these meetings in Caribbean Carnival Association, I feel good, but at the same time I will feel sad. I feel good because they take us in consideration, but I feel sad in the way when I see everyone in this country is coming with someone from tourism, with someone from culture, with someone who, with a big, like 3-5 people from the country to represent. Because it's not just about carnival, as Donna said before. It's a business. And it's a business like every business people that want to have meeting and expand in exchange experiences, and not only that, exchange ideas, how you can grow, not only in the carnival view, in the tourism view, in the cultural event. And they love the fact that actually Carnival Batabano is more as a cultural event. Why? Because we can't forget. Sorry, my
it's okay, don't worry.
But we cannot forget about Carnival. Is not just about you and me like it. It's about families come to see the Carnival. We want to see that. We want to see that in the road that we see in all these countries. When we see is families from the smallest to the oldest person in the house, because it's not just about jumping. It's not just about go there and be free. We have to also bring a message behind this. We have to encourage our children to continue in this. And for me, it's very exciting about Carnival because I grew into Carnival. So that is something that we have to highlight. Now, being in this 2024 organization now for Cayman Carnival Batabano, we bring in some cultural event. Like how she say, we go in to celebrate Loncilia, and we bring in Garifuna. It's a Carib people who come in and play the drums. So we inviting all the Spanish community to come out, all the African community to come out, all the countries that we have here to represent. Wear your colors, come outside, support. This is a big celebration that we're having, and we go do it in the right way.
And we have the best platform ever, the 7 Mile Beach Road. And we want to thank the RCIPS, who after many years agreed finally to allowing Batabano to showcase on our 7 Mile Beach Road. So we're grateful for that because it's famous and it's majestic and it's beautiful, and we certainly get to play mass in style on our very own roads, and we get to encourage and invite all the surrounding hotels, condos, and tourists to come out and see what Batabano is all about.
I was reading a blog, it was a magazine post, really. It wasn't a blog post. And I can't remember the magazine. I wish I could, but there's been some writers like from Essence that have come down.
From all over internationally.
From so many big magazines, though.
There's
you'll
a magazine
find
called
everywhere.
Stern in Germany. They've been down to do write-ups on
But this write-up that I saw, that this one person in particular was talking about how beautiful Cayman Carnival is because you could see the ocean, and it was rare that they were anywhere in Carnival that the ocean's there and you're either starting at the ocean or ending at the ocean. I know it's changed over the years, but they loved that, and that was such a beautiful thing. You're on an island, and they just wanted to have that experience. So just that alone, and you saying down West Bay Road, really, it is a beautiful thing. It is a part of that whole experience with Batabano and with Carnival in general. Yeah, I like it. When we were talking about the economic impact now and what money you have to inject into the economy to make Carnival happen, what does it take?
Well, more than
how much goes into it?
It takes a lot. It takes a lot, and the sponsorship that we get, and we're grateful for it. It's like fumes compared to what it really does take. More than anything, though, what propels us and keeps us going, even more than the finances, is our energy, our belief, our passion for this thing. So it's like we go, by any means necessary, it's got to happen.
Yeah, but energy doesn't pay the bills, Donna. Like, it's honestly, how much money does it take to put into it?
It takes over $200,000. And that is doing it on a minimalistic scale.
Yeah, I mean, like that feels very
very
modest.
Very small, but
very modest.
Very, very modest. And so the expenses that we've incurred now already, and not having one of our carnivals has already impacted us.
Right.
So we want to call on the community. We although this is big business, we do operate as a non-profit. We don't have an office. We don't have salaries. So we depend on a lot of volunteers, which these days it falls back on Wendy and I. I feel like the other day I said to her, I feel like just you and I are planning this carnival, and then in walks Gresilla. But we've had some good team players. Like I see you're about to ask about the T-shirt design. So we have some young artistic bodies on the committee, and so one of our young folks, he actually designed our official T-shirt for this year. They are on sale at Le Classique for $20. So if you feel like sponsoring or you want to be on the road, come on into Le Classique, purchase a beautiful shirt. They're CI $20. They come in some great colors, and of course they feature the turtle.
Okay, and that's just part of helping you guys generate money to keep this going.
Absolutely. Right. And I mean, although we are nonprofit, we too support other nonprofits. In the past, we've supported the dialysis unit. We've done the Cancer Society. So we too expect and always appealing for support, you know.
And in our own way, we give back to the community. So all the money that we receive through sponsorship donations, it all goes back into the community, either through Junior Batabano with sponsoring some costumes. And as far as Donna said, you know, we've been able to provide some kind of economic something for some of our young people. So, for example, we've got 2 young people this year who we took on board to help us with some of our activities, and we paid them. It wasn't a lot, but they actually got something. We had Rihanna, who's a dance tutor, and we have Michael, who did a free soca aerobics class for us. So we do find ways to give back to the community. We do not get any of the money. It all goes back. All of it goes back into the community. We are a non-profit.
And that's the part about building community.
That is what it is, yeah.
We got to go to a commercial break right now, but when we come back, we're going to go to our last part of this segment of this interview on discussing Cayman Carnival, Batabano, and the business of Carnival.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Elevate your child's math skills with 100% math with premier math tutoring services under the expert guidance of our renowned mathematicians, Professor Emeritus Romain Angeloff and Dr. Mackenzie. Programs are designed to secure IB, HL, and SL math, CSEC A-levels, and IGC SE success. Whether your child aims to get ahead or catch up, 100% Math is your partner in achieving their academic goals. Don't let your child's math skills lag. Visit us at 100%math.com or call or WhatsApp 547-9817. The 23rd Annual Talent Exposition of the Arts, Tranquility is here. Presented by the New Self-Help Foundation, Sunday, June 30th at the Hartwell Theater. Awesome performances by Rico Rolando.
Here we go again, there's something in this water.
Dream Chasers, Radiance Dance Studio, UCCI Dance Company, Centerpoint Dance Studio, Cayman National Dance Company, and more. Hosted by Anika Connolly and Lloyd Barker. Part of the proceeds from the Talent Exposition will go to support the training program of the arts. Tickets are available from the #1 shoe shop and Winner's Circle Sports. Prepaid tickets $15 or $20 at the gate. The 2024 Talent Exposition of the Arts, Tranquility, Sunday, 30th June at the Hartwell Theater. Gates open at 5. Show starts at 6. Get your tickets today.
You know what I love to do with my family? Go fishing. I can put the bait on and cast and reel the line all by myself. My mommy and daddy say when they were little, there were plenty more fish to catch, but now there are lots more people fishing, so it's harder to find them. That's why we have marine parks now. They set some areas aside so the fish there can have babies and grow bigger. Then they swim out to other areas where I can catch them. Having the marine parks means there will still be fish there when I'm grown up and fishing with a family of my own.
For more info, download the Cayman DOE app or visit doe.ky.
The Business Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and we are talking about the business of Carnival with Cayman Carnival Batabano, and we have Chairperson Donna Myrie. We have Wendy and George, who's in charge of Junior Batabano, and then we also have Gresilla, who is part of representing all the different cultural groups that are joining Batabano, and you're speaking on behalf of JN Money as well today, correct?
Yes, definitely, yes.
So, Donna, thank you for sharing what some of that economic, or some of that money that you inject, or that Batabano injects into the economy to make this happen. So, 200,000 is quite modest. I think it probably takes way more than that.
That's not what we inject. That is what.
That's not the value of our time either.
And that's
No.
That's
Yeah.
the cost of putting on a modest carnival. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't get.
That doesn't even pay
anything.
for a couple artists when they come down. You know what I mean?
And we don't get anything, even half of that, do we? We don't. We just, I don't know. At the end of Carnival every day, we just sit down and wonder, how did we do it?
Do we ever get figures? Like, do we know from
financial
Cayman Airways?
statements every year.
No, I don't mean from what you guys are spending, but what's the visitor expenditure, the local expenditure. Do we get any of those figures?
No.
We'd have to
Any
ask
flights
ESO,
coming
I
in?
guess.
Yeah,
Because in Trinidad, when you
I can't
land,
believe we don't have that
it
info.
says what are you coming for?
Right.
Medical, Carnival. They actually have a box that you tick that says Carnival.
Okay, so that's how they track it. Okay,
Yeah. But I don't know if that happens here.
But a lot of the. No, when you come as a visitor,
But the
it'll be what's the
hotels,
reason
we
of
can
what's the
tell if-
purpose of your, you might say vacation, but you might be like Carnival, so you can write that description down as well. So there has to be a way that we can track it,
Won't give you
because
work
that's
permits if
gonna
you're coming to jump.
Why not? You're coming to take part in a cultural celebration. That's another thing I want to mention. I've heard people say that Carnival is not part of Cayman's culture. It's not part of our heritage whatsoever. And I raise an eyebrow to that. What is your reaction? What would you say to people who say it's not part of Cayman's culture?
I would say, Kathy, if you've been doing something for 41 years, okay, so we could say it's an imported culture, but certainly the longevity of 41 years, that's 4 decades, certainly must be significant in your fabric of your culture. And so for me, it's a non-argument. Batabano is a part of our culture. Carnival is a part of our culture now.
They might say imported culture, but isn't Cayman
But it's a celebration
a melting pot of cultures, right?
And with us bringing back Emancipation Day in particular, because it ended with a carnival. Yes. And so, I can't stop saying it's so significant, and we're so grateful for that holiday being reinstated on the National Carnivals weekend. So I think we have big things to look forward to in the future.
I think so. The stars are aligning for you right now with Batabano again. I know that there was some hiccups in these past few years. I think things are going to become stronger again. You guys have been resilient.
Well,
you're keeping on. We're not going away.
We're older too, I mean, I hate to say that because I look at some of my classmates and they do look and act old, and I'm not there. So
I understand,
but I have to admit that we're set in our ways, but we get things done. We work together. Wendy and I and some of our other committee members, it's been over 20 years we've been at this, and we come together each year. We respect each other's opinions, we value each other's opinions, but more than anything, we work towards the common goal of putting on a carnival for our community and our people, and that is what's important. We might have a difference in opinion here or there, but
that happens all the time,
and we argue like everybody
else.
Yes,
but you know what? We get it done in the end. It's like, this is why we're here. And so, irregardless of any kind of personality indifference, we'll put those aside because we're here to make this happen for our people.
Right.
And so, our passions are, I would say, align, all of us, including Gresilla.
Even though that we quit every year.
Yeah, we're done. It's over every year. It's the last year. That's it. We're not doing this anymore. Nobody cares. It's a thankless job. We're done. It's over. And then it's like, okay, let's get together. When are we meeting?
Right. It's so fun.
This is now in our
You'll
veins,
miss that.
Yeah. But like you wanted to say, we are going through a transitional period. We're re-energizing, refocusing, rebranding even, and bringing in some young blood to take this torch, because we're not, what are we going to go down the road in wheelchairs? No. At some point, we have to pass the torch.
Are you going to pass that torch, Donna?
Absolutely.
But you're not ready to do that
Oh,
quite
no,
yet.
not yet.
Yeah.
But we've identified the youth arm that will come on board, shadow us, and take this to the next level. And we realize and recognize that, we have rules, and that's why we've been successful with Carnival. However challenging it may be the last 2 years or so, with the shift of everything. But we recognize now that we do need to, what is the word? Revolutionize, bring in the youth arm, modernize. So we've recognized what the shortfalls have been with our with our committee and our planning and our direction. And so we're willing, with recognizing that and accepting that, for change. Okay. And so whilst we are the mother of Carnival in the Cayman Islands, the mother can learn too. Yeah. And so we are grateful to the folks that come on board and make their suggestions and give their input. And we're always willing to listen, and we're always willing to take on board good, sound advice.
I got a question for you, Donna. This might be a little spicy, but did it take the division of carnivals, these two carnivals now, for you to realize that, okay, I do have to make some other changes and bring in that more?
Well, I would have to admit that. Yes, absolutely. Because
I think that's great. That's great accountability.
God, yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whilst we recognize what it is we need to do, we also recognize that we are the strength and the fiber and the fabric of this thing. Yes. So we're the energy and the engine. Yeah. All right. So we recognize what we need to do. We're willing to do it, and we will be doing it. So come 2025, we're ready for re-energizing, revolutionizing.
Wendy said she quit.
I know, we've quit again. Oh my God, we've quit again. Okay, no,
right. No, but Wendy's like 2025.
Yeah, it is challenging. Yeah. It is challenging. We have, our emotional displacement because of our local shipper. We have, financial woes because sponsors come on board each year and they make promises, and sometimes they don't fulfill those promises. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot that we have to deal with, plus our own jobs and businesses. Mm-hmm. So our commitment to the community is unfailing. We do this and we come together every year and we make it happen with Fumes. And, if there's a business out there and they hear our appeal and they want to come on board, we welcome them, because certainly we give the credit. Social Butterflies came on board this year. They're young
marketing
2.0, and they're been amazing. Awesome. They're passionate about this as much as we are. They're constantly, one day, I want to shout out to Pepsi. I just was drinking a Pepsi and I was like, let's do a quick flick. And it was like, before I know it, I sent it to her and she put Pepsi on the logo. And, the marketing manager, Jason, came. He goes, oh my God, I just love that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, we just did that on the spur. He goes, do more, send more. And, because of that, his sponsorship level changed.
Nice.
They came on board on one level and he saw that and he's like, I want to do X. And we're like, so grateful.
We only got a couple minutes, so we got to get into those. We got to get into those sponsors. Who's making it happen?
Department of Tourism, can't thank them enough. Okay. They've taken Batabano on promotional trips and they believe in it every year. They come together. Tristica, Gary, the team over there, Rosa, they know and love Batabano. We care about them and we applaud them for their vision in coming on board every single year to support this cultural existence. Ministry of Culture, Dwayne Seymour, he does have the passion for Carnival.
Yes,
We've seen him there. We know he's definitely with us. Ministry of Health, of Heritage. They've split now, so it's just sometimes difficult to follow.
I know.
But Isaac Rankin, Minister, has come on board. His group there, they're passionate about Carnival. Tunisia, they've given us a room at the museum to actually display and portray the evolution of Carnival in the Cayman Islands. So we're excitedly doing that as well as planning Batabano. C&B, they're celebrating 50 years. They've come on board in a big way. RBC, the local banks certainly believe in Carnival. We just want them to add a few zeros to their
just a few.
Just a few. You know, Cayman Airways, like I said before, they're always bringing in the artists, the mass men. They're always there, so we want to applaud them. Caymanian Times, our media sponsor. Ralph's been great. He's been donating the full pages that you'll see advertising out of the blue for the Friday night free flag party, which we're inviting all countries to come on board, bring their country flags. It's free. We're celebrating Emancipation Day. Come on out Friday, Seafarers Way, 9 p.m. Great lineup of international DJs. We want to thank the community for loving Batabano. It's 41 reasons to, and so come on out May 4th. See the parade. It'll be a theatrical performance in the start of the carnival. Like I said before, paying homage to our first slave, Long Celia, and the drummers coming in. And so much more. We're just excited to showcase a beautiful Batabano that's here to stay and live on for many, many years to come.
It absolutely will. And as you said, you've got some succession planning going with it.
Without
we
a doubt.
have to wrap up. I'm sorry, because I know, Wendy, you wanted to talk about a couple of things.
Quickly, one of our events for Junior Batabano is our T-shirt design competition.
Yes.
And we had David O'Kelly, a 6-year-old from St. Ignatius, who was our winner this year.
Amazing.
And we thank C.G. Britke for that sponsorship.
Awesome.
And it was
That's
over
amazing.
100 entries.
And we had lots of entries.
Gresilla, I know you wanted to say something about JN Money.
Yeah, West from representative from JN Money Service, we can say that we love to give back to the community and take part in the community in every aspect as possible.
Yes.
Because we believe that without the community of Cayman being supported to JN Money Services, we know we'll be here. So we will be attending and assisting as much as possible to our local community as long as something to benefit the community.
Awesome. Wonderful. Ladies, thank you so much. So much
Thank
more can be
you.
said. I hope you get great support for Batabano weekend. This weekend, everybody get ready. Get your flags ready. Let's see you at the Friday Night Fete out of the blue.
Thanks, Radio Cayman.
Yo quiero invitar a todos los hondureños, a todos los latinos que están ahí, que vengan en la noche, vengan a celebrar con nosotros y vengan a JN Money Services también, que ahí los estamos esperando con TransFast y con todo lo que ustedes quieran, ¿verdad? Los Filipinos, please, come on. ¿Cómo está? All you guys, come out.
All right.
Happy Batabano.
No idea what she said, but hopefully other people do. All right. Thanks for joining us this morning on the Business Buzz.
Thank you, Kathy. Great.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The